Lesson 10, we're going to be looking at the evidence of energy. So we're basically taking a look at proof that energy is there or that energy is present. And we usually split it up into two different forms of energy, potential energy and kinetic energy, and we'll go into that to more depth in our next lesson. If you look on the left there, potential energy is one of the main forms of energy. You'll see there that there are various forms. Are these the only forms of potential energy? No. Examples of potential energy include chemical, gravitational, electrical, nuclear, and elastic. And then on the right here we have kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is energy of movement. So you can see there I've added motion to that chart. There are also other forms of energy that we can notice and we can see all the time, like sound, thermal, which is heat, wind, light, and electrical. So we can see electricity sometimes when it's flowing through something that's visible, like a light bulb. Now, like I said, the two main types of energy that we are going to start with is kinetic energy, which is the energy of movement. So you'll notice here there's a bullet that's been shot through those crayons, and you can notice the movement there. It's easy to see. There's a guy doing a backflip, which I wish I could do. I honestly can't. Underneath on the bottom here, you'll notice that the other type of energy that we're going to look into is potential energy. So potential energy, we saw all of those different examples before: chemical, gravitational, electrical, nuclear, and elastic. On the roller coaster there, those two people in the roller coaster car have the potential to fall. The teacher at the front with his elastic band has elastic potential energy. If you have it stretched out, it has the potential to move. If you let go, the elastic energy then turns into movement and it shoots across and probably will ping someone in the forehead. Now, the last picture there, little baby, I think is pretty cute. The energy that we're showcasing here is chemical energy. Okay, humans get all of their energy from food. To move, to breathe, to talk, to sleep. All of those things take energy, and we get that from the food that we eat. The better food that we eat, the better energy or the more energy that we're going to have. In this case, little baby's chowing down on some watermelon. So, what I'd like you to do at this point, take a look at each of these, and I want two things. Number one, I want the source of input energy, so what's the energy going in to make this work? And the second part, number two, is the output energy. We're going to do number one together. So for number one, it's a flashlight, obviously, right? If you don't know what it is, please Google it, find similar pictures and figure out what it is. The energy going into a flashlight would be chemical energy. Okay, it's found in the battery. The battery has chemicals in it, has metal compounds and electrolytes in it to make energy happen. The output energy would be light energy, and that's the whole point of a flashlight. So what I'd like you to do at this point, please pause the video from 2 to 9, go through them, and try to figure out what is the input energy, what is the output energy. When you're done, continue to the next slide. Now, for this part, I was watching The Doctors the other day, and this really cool thing came along. I really want one, not gonna lie. It looks pretty sweet. In your workbooks, there is a section on solo wheel questions. These questions are already in your question booklet, so you don't have to write it down again. If you don't have your books at home, please write this on a blank sheet of paper. I want you to explain what the solo wheel is. So if you don't know, you're going to have to do a little bit of research. Explain where does it get its source of energy, and again, enough for 2 marks there. I want you to explain how the solo wheel works. And then for the last one, I want you to tell me what other device or people mover works like the solo wheel.